What is up, guys? Peach here, back again with another video. It's Wednesday, which means it's Arms Day, and we're actually starting off on my Hunter, who you don't really see very often in these. Usually it's between my Titan and Warlock, but there's a good reason. Now, on my Hunter, I've been saving the Arminius D package. You're probably wondering, well, he wasn't selling that last week, and no, I've been keeping this thing for a long time. And today we have a pretty good roll. We've got counterbalance on it. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have braced frame. It does have small bore though, which will increase our stability and range. And then we have counterbalance. So, if you've been waiting for a really good Arminius D, this could be one. Is it worth waiting for counterbalance plus braced frame? Probably, but we don't know when that's gonna be. So, if you're still really looking for a good Arminius D, this is a pretty freaking good roll. Because with small bore you get increased ability, or you could use fitted stock, but small bore is actually a little bit better because we also gain some range. So I'm just letting you guys know that this is up today. We've got the counterbalance roll on the Arminius D, which is pretty much the best perk you can get for it. So without further ado, let's hop back into the other weapons from this week. Alright, so we are on my Titan now, so let's go ahead and jump into the weapons from this week, starting off with the Cerus AR-41 auto rifle. So, on this first one, we've got Hammer Forge, so that increases our range a bit, Oiled Frame for better reload, at the reduction of range, we've got Snapshot, Rifle Barrel for more range, and then finally Range Weapon. So this roll's just the range beast with 3 different range perks. That's the range perk, not Snapshot. So, to be honest, this roll's just okay, but let's take a look at the other 2. So, our second one here, we've got high caliber rounds, casket mag for an increased magazine size with the reduction of stability. We've got single point sling, injection mold for some more stability, but we lose a lot of range, and then finally partial refund. Decent, especially with injection mold, but I don't like the reduction of all that range, unfortunately. And then we've got our last one here. We've got fitted stock for more stability, oiled frame, then we've got reinforced barrel for more range, single point sling, and finally counterbalance. This is the one I like the most. With counterbalance, fitted stock, then you could go with single point sling if you don't want to lose your stability here, but you do gain a lot of range, and you might be able to make up the stability for the stability lost with counterbalance. So this is the one I would go with. So now we've got the Cerus ARI-45. This one is similar to the AR-41, except that it has higher impact with a little bit less of a rate of fire. So let's take a look at this first one. So on this first one we have perfect balance, append a magazine, lightweight, injection mold, and take a knee, gain bonus accuracy while crouched. So I like this one, except unfortunately is take a knee, which is kind of a garbage perk, to be completely honest. So with perfect balance we get some more stability, and with injection mold we get even more. We lose a little bit of range, but this auto rifle already has pretty decent range. Take a knee, it could come into effect once in a while, but honestly I don't see it coming into effect very often. But let's take a look at the other 2 rolls. So on this one we've got fitted stock for a little bit more stability, feather mag, which gives us a faster reload speed. We've got speed reload, reinforced barrel for some range with the reduction of stability, and finally outlaw, precision kills with this weapon, dramatically increased reload speed. Not the best set of perks again. Fitted stock is decent. Outlaw can be, but I find that I'm not super consistent with headshots on auto rifles. Outlaw seems like a better perk for scout rifles or pulse rifles in my opinion, and hand cannons, but not necessarily on an auto rifle, but it could come into play. And then finally our third one here, we've got Hammer Forge for some more range, appended magazine for an increased magazine size, speed reload, rifle barrel for more range, and finally hidden hand. This weapon gains better target acquisition. Now unfortunately this one doesn't have any range perks, or stability perks, sorry. So I'm gonna have to go with the first one as your best option. You've got perfect balance and injection mold, and then finally take a knee. So unfortunately it's kind of got a garbage perk, but perfect balance and injection mold kind of make up for that fact. So then we've got the Uzumi RR4 sniper rifle. This is the high rate of fire, low impact sniper. So not my favorite sniper, but we'll go over it anyway. So this one's got the Falcon sight, which is the ultra low or the low zoom sight. We've also got Firefly, Snapshot, Casket Mag, Battle Runner, and finally Mulligan. So this one's decent. It's got the low zoom, it's got Firefly, Snapshot, and Mulligan. Battle Runner could be good too, but I would prefer Mulligan in case I miss a shot. On the second one here, we do not have any good sights, or we don't have the low zoom sights, unfortunately. We again have Firefly and Snapshot. We also have hand-laid stock, which almost maxes out our stability. We've got Replenish. This weapon's magazine will be refilled whenever you unleash a super. And also, Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate as your health gets lower. This is actually a pretty good perk that most people overlook with sniper rifles. So this is again a decent one. Not anything I would be taking into something like Trials or Skirmish or anything like that. This just isn't really a sniper rifle I like. And then on this last one, finally, we don't have any low zoom sights again. On this one, we've got Luck in the Chamber. Remember that this only procs on precision shots. We've got Snapshot, Injection Mold, Battle Runner, and Mulligan again. So, to be completely honest, if I had to pick one, it would go with this one, simply because it has the low zoom sight here. It does have Firefly and Snapshot, which is also nice. This sniper rifle is just kind of meh, in my opinion. So if you're looking for something good, I would go with a 1,000-yard stare or a longbow LDR. You could even go with the Amelan Irene sniper, but you'd have to get that from the gunsmith. Anything that's a high impact sniper is going to treat you better than a low impact sniper. So we're going to switch over to my Warlock and see what the rest of the weapons are from this week. Alrighty, and we're back on my Warlock, so let's go ahead and jump right in and see what the rest of the weapons are from this week. Starting off with the Ceros PDX-41. This is not your Hawksaw equivalent. This one has a higher impact and a little bit of lower rate of fire, so let's jump right into them. So this first one, we've got a high caliber rounds, Casket Mag for increased magazine size with reduction of stability. We've got Private Eye, optical zoom length is increased while crouched, single point sling, and finally reinforced barrel for a little bit more range. This one is honestly garbage. Not the greatest. Stability rolls. We've also got Private Eye, which is probably the worst perk in the game. So let's go ahead and move on from that one. Going on to this next one, which we've got Perfect Balance. We've got Oiled Frame for a faster reload with a reduction of range. We've got Outlaw, precision kills with this weapon to radically increase reload speed, single point and sling, and finally Small Bore, we get increased range and stability, slower reload, reduced magazine size. This one's pretty good. We've got Perfect Balance, Outlaw. You probably could run single point sling if you don't want to lose your reload speed and magazine size because of Perfect Balance. Although Small Bore is still going to be a good idea. So this one's actually pretty good. And then finally, our third one, we've got Fitted Stock, which increases some stability. We've got Casket Mag for increased magazine size with the reduction in stability. Rodeo, which reduces the severity of the weapon's recoil. Lightweight, and then finally Injection Mold for more stability, but at the decrease of range. So this one's also good. We've got 2 stability perks and Rodeo. Honestly, it's all about personal opinion at this point. They're both going to be good. I prefer Outlaw because I do hit a lot more headshots with the PDX, so that's the one I'm going to go with. So now we've got the Ceros PDX-45, which is the Hawksaw equivalent. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. So we've got high caliber rounds on this one. We've got Oiled Frame for a faster reload with a reduced range, Outlaw, Lightweight, and Reinforced Barrel for a big range boost. Reduction of some stability, but this weapon already has good base stability. Moving on to the second one, we've got Hammer Forged for more range. We've got Casket Mag for increased magazine size with the reduction of stability. We've got Zen Moment, so causing damage with this weapon increases its stability, speed reload, and finally Injection Mold for more stability, a little bit of a loss of range though. Again, pretty decent. We've got Hammer Forged and Injection Mold, which basically cancel each other out range-wise, because you lose a little bit less range than you gain from Hammer Forged. And then we get some more stability. Zen Moment's pretty good as well. So this roll honestly isn't too bad. We've got a pretty high stability roll, but again, not the greatest. And finally, we've got our last one here. We've got high caliber rounds, oiled frame for a faster reload with reduced range. We've got Icarus, improved accuracy while airborne, snapshot, and finally reinforced barrel with a great increase to range at the reduction to some stability. So there's no clear roll that's amazing on this one this week. They're all kind of average, none amazing. This outlaw roll I like, but unfortunately it doesn't really have any stability perks. You're actually going to be losing some with this reinforced barrel. This one here with Zen Moment, we've actually got a range and a stability perk, so this one's not bad either. It's all pick and choose. None of them are great, none of them are awful. I'm just going to go with Outlaw because that's what I prefer. So, moving on to our field test weapons this week, we've got the Suros Auto Rifle to make precision kills with. We've got the Amalon Test FR1 to get kills against Vex Minotaurs. We've got the Suros Rocket Launcher to use against high-ranking enemies, so the gold tier enemies. We've got the Hacky Test A Shotgun to use in the Crucible, and finally the Amalon Test RR1 Sniper Rifle to use in the Crucible. And then moving on to next week's Foundry orders, we've got the Suros ARI-41 Auto Rifle. Yet again, this has a higher rate of fire to a lower impact, not quite like the Doctrine though. Then we've got the Amalon Kumakatak. I know I butchered that name. Butchered that name. It's a hand cannon. It's got a decent rate of fire with a pretty high impact of 32 and 74. I'd pick this up, see what the rolls are. Legendary hand cannons aren't too bad right now. Then we've got the Hacky Herja D Pulse Rifle. Decent Pulse Rifle with a higher rate of fire to a lower impact. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. Then we've got the Suros JLB-47 Rocket Launcher. This is a good rocket launcher. Wait for grenades and horseshoe roll, and then you'll have a decent rocket launcher for PvP. And then finally the Hacky Jinyu Kogo D Shotgun, which has decent stats except for range. It doesn't really have any range at all, so if you're looking for a Crucible Shotgun, this is not the one for you. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time. And as always, peach out.